against Project 2025. They're voting against the abortion ban. They're voting against a litany of things that the Republicans have done. They're voting for harm reduction. Those people were obviously already locked in to vote for the Democratic Party. Do you understand? Do you understand? Those people were already voting for the Democratic Party. The goal here from this moment onward until November and every single day since Kamala Harris became the presidential candidate was not to get those guys to vote for her. Those guys are already voting for her. Okay? The goal is to activate people that are maybe not going to vote this time around. They're going to sit this one out. It's crazy. This is the equivalent of your business giving you pizza for your hard work instead of a fucking raise, and a lot of people can relate to that. Exactly. I kid you not, I peeked to another person's chat and he was ending stream saying, we don't need to watch this. It's not for us. Yeah, it's never for you. That's the problem. When will there be an event for you? Has there been an event for you so far? Have they talked about something that is for you? Or is it always for some other person? Is it always for some other fucking person that's in the distance that you made up in your fucking mind? Because let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you something. That other person does not fucking exist. And if it does, it's already voting for the fucking Democratic Party. Every new message and every old message that the Democratic Party communicates when there's a finite amount of time until the fucking finish line is supposed to be calculated. It's supposed to be strategic. It's supposed to be to win new demographics over. Okay? It's to make a convincing argument so that you understand, like, I'm going to go out and fucking vote for this person instead of sitting at home, or I'm going to go out and vote for this person, and I'm going to take the time out of my fucking day because voting is not an easy process in general in many states. Okay? Like, the things that I'm advocating for overall, are not even necessarily like radical leftist votes that are just out there to be seized, okay? The things that I'm advocating for are things that communicate to the fucking genuine material harm that everyday Americans feel. I'll use the abortion example, okay? That is a real harm that the Republican Party has caused many people. That's why communicating a position on abortion is a good thing. Why is that a good thing? Because there are millions of Americans who are harmed by this policy. So saying that's what the Republicans did to you, I'm going to fix that shit. That's great. That's great messaging. That's why you'll never hear me ever talk shit about fucking Kamala Harris talking about abortion. Okay? Because it's right. It's good for her to talk about it, and she's in the right, and she should talk about it. Okay? And they're even doing the Republican thing. They're bringing up an anecdote, a powerful anecdote of a white woman who almost fucking died because she couldn't get an abortion, right? Like, that's a huge deal. That's great. They're doing it right.
You don't bow down, even when you're the underdog, especially when you're the underdog.
That's right.
You stand up and you stand tall, and you give me so much hope and so much strength, and thank you.
Honestly.
Thank you, Hadley, for coming all this way. I hope you continue to use your voice. I hope you continue that. This week, the case of a young woman who lost her life after the abortion.
You yell at her when she tries to expand her tent, then yell at her for not trying to reach out to other non-Dems. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're an idiot, okay? You are refusing to understand the point that I have said for the past 10 fucking years because every Democratic Party election cycle has been exactly the fucking same. Okay? It's not only the fucking card-carrying Republicans who are insanely nutty and conservative that are out there to pick up for votes, okay? Yes, expand your voter base. There are a shit ton of non-voters out there that are voter eligible. They don't fucking vote because they feel like neither party represents their interests. They have, I always bring this up. I always fucking bring this up, okay? every American voter has like top 5 issues, okay, that have an order of priority. The job of the Democratic Party analysts and the Democratic Party staffers is to figure out what those top 5 priorities are, not just simply by looking at fucking polling and being like, oh, they hate immigrants, so I guess we also have to hate immigrants too. But specifically in terms of economic policies, look at where they are hurting and address that problem with some kind of policy, okay? Stop comparing this to Bernie Sanders. That is a primary race. If you think a primary race within the Democratic Party is identical to a general race, you don't know anything about politics. Yes, Bernie Sanders failed to activate non-voters in a fucking primary race, dude. Yeah, why don't you compare it to a person who did do that successfully, a black man, as a matter of fact, in 2008? How did he do that? He did that by communicating progressive policies. I wish she was being like FDR. She's not trying to be like FDR at all.
Loved by a family, a strong family. And we would have done whatever to get my baby, our baby, the help that she needed. When ProPublica came to my home, I pushed them away. No, no, no. But Kavithia, she was persistent. She said, it was something that you needed to know. You have to hear me. Women around the world, people around the world need to know that this was preventable. 2 years later, after speaking with my daughters, because I lost strength, I lost hope. You're looking at a mother that is broken. Mm-hmm. The worst pain ever that a mother, that a parent could ever feel. Her father and myself and the family, you're looking at it.
Well, we appreciate so deeply you being here. And we're all watching you hear that tape and those words. We know how re-traumatizing that is and the strength it takes for you to be here to tell your story. And we deeply appreciate it. And I have to ask you, as her sisters, how are you coping? And what does
She's one of the 2 people whose
could have been prevented.
Whose 2 people died in Georgia because of the abortion bans, because doctors did not offer the appropriate medical intervention because of fears in the state of Georgia over the abortion ban. This is a very real story. This is a very harrowing story.
Guilty. I wish I could have helped her, because she was suffering, and we had no idea. We trusted them to take care of her, and they just let her die because of some stupid abortion ban. They treated her like she was just another number. They didn't care for her as if, she was their daughter or their, granddaughter.
Yeah.
And she's not here. She'll never come back.
Yeah. Andrika, what do you want to say?
I want to say that it's very disheartening that my sister was allowed to suffer for 20 hours. She suffered. It was nothing that we could do to help her. We trusted the healthcare professionals to do their job and save her, but they failed her.
Well, I think the most powerful thing that you've said here, Ms. Jeanette, is that your daughter is not a statistic. She had a life. She was loved by her sisters, loved by her family, loved by those who knew her, and she's not just a statistic. And we are happy to speak her name tonight in this room, talking about what this country needs in terms of reproductive rights and freedom. What do you want to say, Madam Vice President?
I'm just so sorry. And the courage that you all have shown is extraordinary, because also you just learned about how it is that she died. And
They just recently learned, yes.
how?
Yeah.
And Amber's mom shared with me that the word over and over again in her mind is preventable.
Yeah.
Preventable. That word keeps coming to her. And this story is a story that is sadly not the only story of what has been happening since these bans. And, you know, so just to step back in terms of how we got here, the former president chose 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would overdo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did as he intended, and in state after state, including yours, these abortion bans have been passed that criminalize healthcare providers. In a couple of states, prison for life, Oprah. Prison for life in a couple of states for a doctor or a nurse who provides health care. And so it seems very apparent
Even
that
when the mother's life is in danger.
But see, here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. So is she on death's door before you actually decide to give her help?
That's the problem.
Is that
That's
what
the
we're
problem.
saying?
Yeah. That you've got to prove you're on death's
like
door.
literally a doctor or a nurse has to say, she might die any minute, better give her now care. Because otherwise I might go to prison for life in some cases. Think about what we're doing in terms of saying that certain people who are in these state houses, and then starting with the former president of the United States, think they're in a better position than a doctor or a nurse to determine when their patient needs medical care. This literally, and Amber's story highlights the fact that among everything that is
Dog, you're getting moderated because you're saying some fucking irrelevant ass bullshit, okay? Shut the fuck up. Take a goddamn week off and never speak ill about the mods again. Okay? God damn, dude. The fucking sense of entitlement. This motherfucker wants to talk about like Hezbollah and like all the different sects in Lebanese politics. You didn't even get moderated. It was Fossabot that fucking automatically moderated you because you couldn't shut the fuck up. You just kept spamming the same thing over and over again. Some of you fucking chatters literally don't understand when some of you chatters just simply do not fucking understand what's going on. And you think it's like the mods that are doing something to you. No, it's because you got auto-modded because you couldn't stop fucking spamming the same shit over and over again.
legislators who would be saying, you know, criminalize healthcare providers are also saying that after a person's body has been violated, that they have no right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That's immoral.
Yeah. I think it's not just immoral. But here's what I want to say. I just don't believe that those legislators, that the government has a right to be in your womb. They have no right to be in your womb with decisions about your womb.
And one does not have to abandon their faith.
Right.
Or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do.
Absolutely.
Right? If she chooses, she will talk with her priest, her pastor, her rabbi, her imam, but not the government telling her what's in her best interest.
Well, this is a long healing process for this family. And we thank you, and we hope that by being amongst people who heard you and heard your daughter's story will be meaningful to you in this journey to healing. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I want to also, thank you. I want to hear from Star Walker, who is a campaign engagement organizer in Milwaukee, one of my hometowns, Milwaukee. Hi, Star. What's going on in Wisconsin?
Hi, Oprah. Hi, Madam Vice President. We are fired up here in Wisconsin. I'm an engagement organizer, so I work with people within their personal networks. That's friends, family, teammates. Yeah, and by empowering people to leverage their relationships, we amplify their voices and deliver progress. We're fired up, but we also know it's a razor-thin race. So just like in 2020, this is going to be won by a field margin. It's on us to roll up our sleeves and do the work. Let's make phone calls and knock on doors. Go to go.kamalaharris.com to join this people-powered movement. That way, when we look back, we won't just be remembering how we felt, we'll be remembering what we did.
Woo! I love that. I love that. Y'all, I love that. That's a big takeaway, because we're all feeling really good right now, but what really matters is what are we gonna do? Absolutely. What are we gonna do? Thank you so much, Star. I see somebody else on the screen, Julia Roberts. Hi, Julia.
Hi. Hi.
I heard you were so excited you wanted to be here tonight. Why?
Well, first of all, Oprah, thank you for hosting this, because I guess if I started a voting club, it would be conversationalists for Kamala.
Yes.
Because to talk, to listen, to be heard, to have this back and forth is so unique in this campaign to beautiful, wonderful Kamala Harris, who I've had the good fortune of knowing for many years. And I am a mother of 2 kids. This is their first chance to vote in an election. And I couldn't be more excited for them to have the legacy to say that their first vote they ever cast for president was for you. I have just chills saying that out loud.
Are you all going to the polls together? Are you organizing a party? Are the Motors having a poll party? What's happening?
I wish we were all going together. In fact, you know, they're in college, so we will be separated on the great day, but in spirit united always for what we believe in and what we, you know, I feel like it's interesting. We talk so much about being Americans united for something, but this has become such a global representation of our country and what we stand for. And I get to travel internationally a lot. And I want people to say, oh, you're American? And not, oh, huh. How's it going over there? You know?
Yes.
So I want to get back to that space.
Exactly. Thank you, Julia. Exactly. Thank you. And hey, there's Tracy Ellis Ross coming up there. Tracy, now listen, if anybody should have a voting party, I think it should be at your house, because you have great parties, girl.
I just want to say hi, hello, Madam Vice President. It's just an honor. I actually have never met you, which is crazy. And hi, Oprah. Wait, what did I miss?
We just saw each other the other day. Okay. Oh, hi, Tracy. Hi.
Hi, Oprah. How you doing?
Hi, good. Yeah. This is exciting, though, isn't it? Isn't it exciting?
It's exciting. It's exciting because I believe in democracy. I believe in the future of our country, in reproductive freedom, bodily autonomy, women leading. I believe in decency. The idea of leading with joy and kindness has always been in my DNA. And I'm here both for the seriousness of this election, but the joy with which it is being handled. It is stunning. And then I also really want to remind everybody, it hasn't been mentioned, but voting up and down the ballot is incredibly important. Your freedom and your daily life are all the way up and down that ballot. People are policies, and we need the right people in all areas, all positions. And then I would like to say to you two women, thank you for what you represent, because as a 52-year-old childless woman, I want to say to the people who think that a woman's worth is measured in her baby count. I mean, shout out to all the amazing mothers, but the childless women have been mothering the world and elevating culture as aunties, godmothers, teachers, mentors, sisters, and friends, and the list goes on. And you do not need to push out a baby to help push humanity forward.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Tracy Ellis Ross. Thank you so much. So another important issue this election is, of course, our safety. And just 2 weeks ago, our country experienced yet another horrific school shooting. Watch this.
If you are one of the many, many women in the United States who only posts about political issues when it's related to reproductive rights and bodily autonomy, and if you have spent this summer encouraging people to vote for a certain political party in the name of protecting your bodily autonomy, then I want you to consider this message. The reason why you don't have full reproductive rights, the reason why you can't afford daycare, the reason why your husband doesn't get any paternity leave, your maternity leave falls woefully short of basic progressive guidelines, is the same reason why that issue that you don't want to address at all, the one you don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, is happening. The reason why you can't get no.
This is what women-led looks like, and that might be going over the males in this chat. What? This resonates for women? You mean like the other thing that we were just watching? I don't have it. God, Demi, like classic. You got to come in here and fucking chirp. One of the chirp chatters, consistent chirp chatters. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me, okay? You've been in this community long enough. You know that, like, obviously this community cares about abortion, okay? Quite a bit. Cares about protecting women's reproductive rights. You're fucking annoying. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Women or trans people or black people or Latino people, you know, they don't live in a separate confine, completely removed from motherfucking reality, okay? Women be shopping. They're out there still buying items, okay? And when they're shopping, when they're making 85% of fucking consumer purchase decisions in this goddamn country, they're looking at the numbers and they're like, holy fuck, this shit is expensive, okay? If you don't have a way to fucking address, the entire chat has been insulting this entire event. This community is mocking everything. Yeah, shut up. Just take a fucking week off. God damn it. God, so fucking annoying. This is a goddamn political community. Of course, we're going to be chirping when there's a fucking event that is like so hollowed out from the bare bones, with the exception of the issue of issue of protecting reproductive rights. I can't believe that a political community is upset with not hearing enough from Kamala Harris on issues such as healthcare, issues such as the affordability of rent, the housing crisis that we're fucking experiencing. Because women famously don't live in houses, okay? They don't. Women famously don't pay rent. They don't. Women famously don't need healthcare. They don't. They just, all they care about is just abortion. Like, abortion is a very important topic to talk about. And I already gave Kamala Harris her flowers many times over, okay? What the fuck are you talking about? It's rich to say a political community wants to hear more about her policies all over. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Women, famously, no student loans for women. They don't have it. Women, they don't go to the doctor. They don't need like some improvements in terms of like their affordability in healthcare. Women, they're not immigrants, okay? They don't, famously, women are not immigrants. There is one specific type of woman that maybe you are a part of as well. If you listen to this, okay, and you're like, this is everything I wanted, what the fuck are you talking about? You know who that specific type of woman is? a very wealthy white lady, okay? And you might be that, and that's fine, okay? But that's it. That's literally it. You were just like, no, this is just for fucking wine moms, dude. God damn. Wine moms whose husbands are voting for Trump anyway. You got nothing in here for poor people. You got nothing in here for working class issues. You got nothing there. Even the abortion one, don't even get me started on this shit, okay? It's just like, even on the abortion front, let me tell you what the Democratic Party didn't do, okay? Codify Roe v. Wade. Let me tell you what the Democratic Party didn't do. Create protections so that abortion and access to reproductive health could remain in this country. Let me tell you what the Democratic Party did do, okay? Wait for the Republican Party to actually destroy it so they can fucking fundraise off of it. So excuse me when I fucking see a mom cry about her daughter who fucking died and think to myself, well, she's the goddamn vice president right now. That's a little crazy, okay? I don't want to talk about it too much because I know people get in their fucking feelings, but that's also not exactly an issue that the Democratic Party has been anything but negligent on, okay? And that's precisely what's going on with fucking immigration right now. What happened on abortion under the Biden administration is exactly what is happening with immigration right now. Democrats are not fucking counter messaging. They're not fucking defending immigrants. And what is going to happen? Lo and behold, oh my God, we have concentration camps at the border. How do we get here? Please give us more money. I'm Nancy Pelosi, and I really, really find it abhorrent that these concentration camps were built at the border and that we have done mass deportations. Please send me $14 right now so we can stop the Republicans next time around, okay? God damn, dude. Holy fucking shit. How do you not see it over and over again? Every goddamn election cycle, they're like, oh, dude, vote for us. We'll fix it. They don't fix it. And then next election cycle, they literally are like, vote for us because we're going to do the things that we were running against. Now we're for it. And you're like, hold up, what? You're for it? But I just voted for you because you were against it. What the fuck just happened? But hey, things will get even worse if you don't vote for us. It's like, okay, so voting for you at this stage is just a guarantee that the things are going to happen. The same things I'm voting against right now are going to happen 4 years later. It's just an extension. It's a time extension. What the fuck? Now cue all the fucking talking points about how I'm a goddamn misogynist and also an anti-black racist, you know? Let's hear it. Go ahead. I know you've been fucking holding on to it. Some of you are just like sitting there and be like, oh, I can't wait to say this about a dude I've been watching every single day, 365 days a year for the past 4 years. I can't wait. This is the moment he revealed himself. It's like, well, you're a fucking idiot then, okay? Like, because if there's any veracity to that, if you truly believe this in your fucking heart, and you've been in here for years and years, you must have been a dumbass, you know? Like, how the fuck did you not pick up on my white supremacist anti-woman attitude for 4 fucking years, and then now you got it now, just now? Something doesn't add up. Either you're wrong and you're just using that as because it's the only fucking mechanism of defense that you have in this situation that is utterly indefensible, or perhaps you're just a dumbass and you didn't even recognize it, you know? If Chad is being genuine in this conversation, being centered on women, which is not common, would be proposing paid maternity leave at a national level, stimulus checks after having a kid, not a tax credit, and increase funds towards reproductive research to improve gaps in medicine for women. But she's not, and chatters are disingenuous. I don't even think chatters are disingenuous. They're just primed to defend. They're just primed to defend the Democratic Party because it's like not as embarrassing to be pro Kamala Harris as it obviously was to be pro Biden. So that's it. That's all they needed. All they needed was to like cling on to something, anything, so they can also position themselves in the same fucking blue MAGA way that like they were making fun of the Joe Biden dead enders for being. That's it.